I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
Please,
Can't be serious!
Everyone, please.
If you work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Excuse me.
You look like someone who could use a haircut.
Yeah, all right.
Time for a new look, huh? Sit down and I'll get started.
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
I've heard stories. The surface sure sounds scary.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, I mean, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us.
I have no idea what that is.
I'll admit I'm relieved. It's intended to be something of a classified project, which I'm sure means everyone already knows about it.
I don't think so.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect you to have. The project has been classified from the beginning.
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
Right. Such hard times down here.
I would never disagree that life in the Institute is better than above ground. We have done much to ensure it.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no longer.
Compromise is for the weak.
That is one perspective, yes. But I think we can agree that going forward, no one can consider us weak.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Can you tell me more about this reactor?
Certainly. It was originally built for the Commonwealth Institute of Technology before the war, but was only for testing. Over the years, we've advanced the technology, made a great many improvements, and are finally nearly ready to activate it. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
I'm not sure what that means.
You'll see in time. I promise you that.
Whoa. Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future.
Sounds like an important step.
That's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
yes, but
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can.
Why would you joke about this? It isn't funny.
Were it a joke, I'd agree it's in poor form. But I'm afraid it's not.
This can't be happening. I only just found you.
I've had the same thoughts more than a few times. But we cannot let this stop us. Our work must continue.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you, we can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy.
you can't be serious.
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
My compliments on getting V592 back to us so quickly.
Our advances will, in time, change the world.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Mother. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
What would it mean to be in charge?
Most divisions of the Institute are fairly autonomous, perfectly capable of functioning without intervention. Where those divisions interact, however, problems can arise. You'd lead the Directorate in setting policy, resolving disputes, and the like. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment.
I don't know if I'm right for this.
Well, I clearly have faith in you.
Look, I don't want to run this place.
Are you so sure? You seem to have a natural talent for leading by example, getting things done. This will suit you. And I think we can both agree the Institute will need the guidance.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Sean?
I dislike resorting to the use of Commonwealth technology, but the advantage it will provide in this case cannot be overlooked.
When Father named you as his successor, I'm sure he bruised a few egos.
Ma'am? Ready for the next mission, ma'am?
Have you got all the gear you need?
Locked and loaded, ma'am.
Let's move out.
Right behind you, ma'am.
Hey,
Yeah? Sure. Let's take stock.
Father's a great man. You must be very proud.
Dr. Secord.
I'm glad you're here. I just got some bad news, and you should probably hear it. A raider gang just hit one of our scavenger teams. The bastards captured a Gen 1 synth. Our tracking shows that it's still functioning, but we don't have the assets to spare for a rescue.
If raiders took that synth, it's probably spare parts by now.
Whole or in pieces, it doesn't matter. We can't allow Institute technology to remain in enemy hands.
There's gotta be a courser nearby who can handle it.
Nothing in that area. No. At this point, it's you or it's nothing. Hopefully I can count on you to take care of this.
I'll deal with those raiders.
I knew I could count on you.
Do you have a fix on its location?
Yeah. In fact, I can upload the location to your Pip-Boy. Take this transmitter. Give it to the synth when you find it. Report back when the raiders are gone and I'll schedule the retrieval.
As
Justin?
I'm aware of.
If you're going to be in Diamond City anytime soon, I have a favor to ask of you. You might not be aware of it, but the city's mayor is a synth, an Institute plant. He monitors developments in the Commonwealth and compiles reports on matters of possible interest to us. Since you visit the surface more than anyone else down here, I figured you could pick up the latest report.
How do we do this without raising suspicion?
You'll meet with the mayor privately, away from prying eyes. The mayor will be waiting in his office. He'll give you the report, and then you'll bring it back to me. Remember, discretion is vital to our operations in Diamond City, so try to keep a low profile.
I'm not a mailman. Send one of your robots.
I can't send a courser into Diamond City without starting a panic, and that's the last thing the mayor needs. Kellogg usually took care of this, but since he's dead, I have nobody left to ask.
I don't see why not.
I'll take that as a yes. The mayor will be waiting in his office.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Good. The mayor will be waiting in his office.
Sure.
Remember, discretion is vital to our operations in Diamond City, so try to keep a low profile.
Feels like this project has been going on for months.
Have you seen J522 around? He didn't show up for duty today, and I can't seem to find him.
Did you check robotics? He was probably scheduled for routine maintenance. I wouldn't worry about it.
I thought so too, but he wasn't in the log, and everyone I've asked hasn't seen him. He's never just missed his shift like that.
What are you saying?
I'm worried something might have happened to him. No one knows where he is. It's like he just disappeared. It doesn't feel right.
Shh. Keep your voice down. You know what happens if they hear you talking like this? They'll wipe you. I suggest you keep this to yourself.
But what if something's wrong? Look around. Courser patrols have doubled. Synths are being wiped more frequently. Something is going on.
I don't want to hear anymore. Do whatever you want. Just leave me out of it.
It was probably just a glitch in the nervous system. The files all the control software it was updated.
If it were just a limb twitching but her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what
If you're about to launch into one of your speeches about artificial sentience and machines and soul, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can breathe, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr.
Just remember,
women of science. Do well to remember.
Welcome. Please proceed directly to processing.
With our third generation synths, we've improved upon humanity.
Excuse me, Doctor.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third generation synths are a true breakthrough, the culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhaustive. I can talk for an hour and still not cover all of it. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend every waking moment of your life as you saw fit, with no need of sleep. Like I said, a momentous time.
I can understand taking pride in your work, but I think you're getting carried away.
You might not think so now, but just wait. You've only seen a fraction of what our synths can do. Their potential is limitless.
No robot is superior to me.
You might not think so now, but just wait.
What I've seen so far is pretty impressive.
It's just the beginning. Like I said, a momentous time.
I suppose congratulations are in order.
Doctor?
Ah, hello. If I may take a moment of your time, we're having some trouble on the surface. There's a den of those abominable feral ghouls that's been threatening one of our scavenger teams. We've had to recall the synth scavengers until the situation can be dealt with. Hopefully by you.
Send someone else. One of your coursers, maybe.
That's against SRB policy, unfortunately. I'm afraid you're the only option.
I don't know. I've got a lot on my plate right now.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Please, there's no one else I can turn to.
Do you know where these feral ghouls are coming from?
We have a pretty good idea, yes. So you'll take the mission?
I'll take care of those feral ghouls for you.
I'm very grateful for your help. I have no first-hand experience with these creatures, of course, but I've heard that they can be quite vicious. They are also quite territorial, so you should prepare for a fight. Good luck.
We've received a work order from SRB. They're requesting replacement forces. What do you guess they lost a whole unit. If this sounds I refuse to give him anything. Should I tell him?
Welcome to the Institute. Please step right this way.
You and everyone else firmly hold on to the archaic opinion that space is inferior. By limiting them, we limit.
I'm well aware of your ideas, Doctor. And there is a reason they are not the
I honestly thought Dr. Lee or Dr. Holman would be appointed to succeed Father.
I can't imagine living on the surface. Sounds like a nightmare.
Just keep your radical opinions to yourself from now on. Otherwise, you might find yourself being escorted to the teleporter for a one-way trip. Dr. Logan, we received a work order from SRB.
What do they need?
They're requesting replacement coursers again. Quite a few, actually.
Hello.
Guess they lost
Welcome.
them.
Please step this way for processing.
Third time this Dr. Leo can't keep using my synth so recklessly. about. I wouldn't wish dealing with that man on my worst enemy. If you ask me, the simple soft. Where I use a little more debugging.
So you were there the day the bombs fell. That must have been terrifying.
Dr. Watson doesn't think I'm Institute material. I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Hi.
Liam's been trying to teach me robotics. It's more complicated than I thought.
Director Holdren seems very taken with you.
Isaac.
Well, if it isn't our visitor from the past. Some time ago, we covertly replaced the family patriarch at Warwick Homestead with a synth. He's been field testing a variety of genetically modified seeds that I created. Take this packet of seeds to the Roger Warwick synth. Be careful with these. They represent years of genetic manipulation and enhancement. Hopefully you can manage such a simple task.
Don't patronize me, pencil neck.
Don't forget who you're talking to, Doctor.
I meant no offense. Just, well, let's move on.
Seeds for what?
A melon plant that will, if my calculations are correct, be able to grow even in heavily irradiated soil. The fruit it bears will be perfectly healthy and edible. Or so I hope.
It won't be a problem.
We're not idiots, Doctor.
I trust that it won't.
Just give me the seeds.
Now listen closely, because this next part is vitally important. When Roger asks how your trip was, tell him some blood bugs chased you halfway across the Commonwealth. That code phrase will identify you as an agent of the Institute. Also, you must be discreet. Do nothing to draw attention to yourself or raise suspicion.
A code phrase? What a joke.
No, sir. It is no joke. You had better start taking our work more seriously if you intend to have a future here.
Oh, maybe I should get a secret decoder ring, too.
A secret decoder ring? What a fascinating suggestion. I'll have to look into that.
And if your synth has been compromised?
Then you'll have to improvise. You seem clever. I'm sure you'll manage.
I understand.
Now hurry on to Warwick Homestead so we can begin the experiment.
I couldn't be more pleased with Father's choice for a new director. Congratulations.
Clayton.
I'm glad you're here. I'd like to conduct an experiment, but I need some assistance with it. I believe we can improve the growth rates of our crops by using mutated cells, such as those found in supermutants. To test this theory, I'll need a tissue sample from a particularly strong supermutant. I expect I'll eventually need several such samples, but let's just start with one.
How do I, obtain this tissue sample, exactly?
Well, I suppose you'll just cut off some of its flesh, store it however you like, and then bring it to me. Probably best if you kill it first.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
For someone as brave and skillful as yourself, I'm sure it will be a trifle.
The hell with that. Do it yourself.
We're not fighters, we're scientists. We'd be no match for one of those creatures. I know it's a lot to ask, but please at least consider it. You might well be the only one here who can do this job.
You need a tissue sample from a strong supermutant. Got it.
That's right. Now remember, only a particularly hardy supermutant will fit the bill for this experiment. I don't need it right away, but if you do come across such a specimen, I'd be grateful if you could bring back a sample.
Rosalind?
If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Evan.
You make a lot of trips to the surface, right? Maybe you could help me out with something. The Brotherhood of Steel has developed some impressive technology, and I think we could learn some things from them. The best place to start would be to study their design schematics, assuming you can get your hands on some.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Probably, but it'll be well worth it. What do you say?
I'm not taking on the Brotherhood of Steel just for some blueprints.
Of course not. But, you know, if the opportunity presents itself, maybe keep an eye out. That's all I'm asking.
Where can I find these schematics?
You'd probably keep them in a safe place, like a chest or locker. I'd expect guards as well.
Sure, I can do that.
Great! We've got a lead on a small Brotherhood salvage team. That's a good place to start.
I think Dr. Ao smells kind of funny. Don't tell him I said that, okay?
Hi, Sean.
I heard you're gonna be in charge of the Institute someday. That sounds like a lot of work. Are you excited or scared?
You heard that, did you? From who?
Oh, I heard Dr. Higgs saying that you weren't qualified, and we'd all be lucky if we lived another 2 years. He's so funny sometimes.
Maybe a little scared. It's a very big responsibility.
Yeah. Father says that the Institute is the only hope for people left in the world. And if you're in charge, that means that it's all your fault if something got messed up.
Right now, kid, I'm bored with this conversation. Come on.
Okay, maybe we could talk more later.
I'm excited, I guess.
Yeah, I think I would be too. Because then you could just tell everyone what to do. Like you can make Dr. Watson tell me all the secrets he's hiding. Or you could tell Quentin that he has to be nice to me from now on. That'd be neat.
You look like you're keeping busy. What's new?
The other day I talked to Quentin, and he didn't make fun of me at all. It was great.
Tell me some more about Father.
Father? He doesn't come to visit very much these days. And even when he does, he usually just talks to the other doctors.
I'm just wondering if your nose grows every time you tell a lie.
That doesn't make any sense.
You seem like you're always in a good mood, kid.
Well, sure. Why wouldn't I be?
Good. I was...
Primary sensor critically damaged.
Mayor McDonough.
Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. I trust you've been sent by our mutual friend, Mr. Io. I hope he's doing well.
You know why I'm here, so let's get on with it.
I like a woman who gets to the point. A mayor's time is valuable, after all. Hancock. Ugh. He won't shut up about me. Every caravan that comes from Good Neighbor is loaded with hearsay and rumors about my loyalties. I keep telling our mutual friends that they need to step up our plan to deal with him. Reiterate the urgency, if you could. The full details are in my report.
To be honest, he's a pain in the ass.
Yes, well, sometimes it's the best way to get things done. Piper, almost managed to get a hold of some compromising information. I was able to keep things out of her hands, but she's clever. I've recommended time and time again that we consider her a priority, but I understand if there are other concerns. Just let our mutual friends know that it's still a problem. Just let our mutual friends know that it's still a problem.
He's fine.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. We caught a young man painting some kind of graffiti in one of the alleys. We've since cleaned it up and dealt with the criminal, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was some sort of railroad propaganda. Operating here in the city is bold, even for them. Still, our mutual friends should know about this. The full details are in my report.
You have something for me?
I like a woman who gets to the point. A mayor's time is valuable, after all. There's a farm out there, run entirely by ghouls, if you can believe it. They might be a problem in the future. I ran on a campaign of strict, no ghouls allowed politics. When you build up a scapegoat, you need them to remain distant and scary. But ghoul settlements breed ghoul sympathizers. Let our mutual friends know we might need to give them a reason to be less friendly. The full details are in my report, along with some other points of interest. Here it is. Make sure that nobody sees this. Better you destroy it than let it fall into the wrong hands.
So if this shows up in public occurrences, that's bad? Got it.
Very funny.
I know how to do my job.
Of course. I'm sure that you do.
Anything else I should know?
I think that's enough for now. When I have more, I'll let our mutual friends know.
You've got nothing to worry about.
I have every confidence in you. I'll let you see yourself out. Do travel safely.
Too exposed. Right here. Right here. At A. This way.
Yes.
I think we're good.
Promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
The Institute sent me. Take this transmitter, and they'll send a courser to pick you up.
I look forward to returning to my duties.
Didn't run into too much trouble coming out here, I hope.
Ugh, it was terrible. Everything here is trying to kill me.
Sorry to hear it, friend. Commonwealth can be a dangerous place. No doubt about that.
I've seen better. And I've seen worse.
Right down the middle, huh? Well, I'll take that over bad news any day.
Do I look like a delivery man to you?
Well, let's see. Dirty clothes, warm boots. Yep. Looks about right. So how was your trip? Any trouble with the local wildlife?
Some blood bugs chased me halfway across the Commonwealth, but I made it.
Yeah, those things can be pretty territorial. Glad they didn't catch you. Since you traveled all this way, how about a quick tour? Right this way, if you please. I'll show you what we've been up to here at the Warwick homestead.
Might find something useful here. Nothing worthwhile here. Just some junk.
You probably saw the mute fruit on the way in. It's been a real bumper crop. I'm not sure how long these metal structures are gonna last, but they seem to have weathered the elements pretty well.
I'd like to trade some items.
Good. I'll take those. Listen, I need your help. The whole operation's in danger of being exposed.
The Institute builds an underground scientific utopia, and you're their crowning achievement. The future is fucked.
You try working alone with no support for months on end. See how easy it is.
And you need me to help bail your ass out.
Hey, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm on my own up here. Now, let me give you the details.
Why? What happened?
I think my foreman, Bill Sutton, suspects what I really am.
Tell me the problem, and I'll see what I can do.
I think my foreman, Bill Sutton, suspects what I really am. He's been spying on me and having secret conversations with our farmhand, Cedric. Now, he's starting to work on my wife and kids, trying to turn them against me, too.
Your incompetence has jeopardized the entire operation.
Jesus, what a mess. You've really screwed up.
Look, I'm on my own out here. I've got no backup and no support. I'm doing the best I can.
Just how dangerous is this foreman? Is he a real threat?
I don't know, maybe. He's heard all the same boogeyman stories as everyone else. A lot of people up here are scared. They're seeing synths around every corner.
They just need to be convinced Bill's wrong. That won't be hard.
I hope so.
They aren't your wife and kids. Don't lose perspective here.
I know that. It's just... It's a habit, I guess. I've gotten used to saying it. Anyway, there's more to it. Cedric's vanished. Bill says he had to visit a sick relative, but I think he went to get help.
Oh, great. This just gets better and better.
If Bill's taken June and the kids into his confidence, he might have told them what he's planning.
Do you have any idea where Cedric went?
Of course I don't. The whole point of their plan was to keep me from finding out. But I have a feeling that someone around here does.
You have no idea where Cedric is. You're helpless, Roger.
Of course I don't. The whole point of their plan was to keep me from finding out. But I have a feeling that someone around here does.
Someone must have seen where he went.
I have an idea about that. If Bill's taken June and the kids into his confidence, he might have told them what he's planning. Right now, they're too suspicious to talk to me about it, but they've got no reason to suspect you. Just remember, Bill's got them all pretty scared. It's not gonna be easy.
Sorry, lady, but I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Who told you that?
My mom. She says until she figures things out, we can't trust anybody.
You're not being very helpful here, kid.
Don't get mad at me. It's not my fault. I have to do what Mom says. Anyway, now I'm talking to you, and I'm gonna get in trouble. So I'm not gonna say anything else.
Hey, I've got ways of making you talk, kid. Don't make me use them.
I'm not scared of you. My dad taught me how to shoot a gun.
Well, I'm not a stranger. I'm a friend of your father's, and I'm here to help him.
Oh, good. I'm really glad you're here, because I'm scared something bad is gonna happen to my dad. Foreman Bill said Dad's a synth. That's like a robot who looks like a real person. Foreman Bill said he had an idea to take care of our synth problem. He gave Cedric some caps and said I'm a good neighbor. I wish they would just leave my dad alone.
You ain't earned my trust, so we got nothing to talk about.
I just want to trade a few things.
Sure.
Entertainment's down the stairs.
Ah, my hero.
Ever been to Kill or Be Killed? Some fine-looking weapons.
Yeah?
I just want to be left alone.
No! You've been pulling your weight at the barricades. How many hits?
Don't know what you want,
6 last
but
week.
I got my own troubles.
Folks bought me so many drinks, I don't even remember the rest of that night.
Let's take one for the neighborhood, sister.
I want to know what you and Bill Sutton are planning.
Yeah? What's it to you?
Hey, answer my question. Why did Bill send you here?
I heard you twice the first time, stranger.
You don't need to know why. Just trust me when I say it's important.
Friend, I don't know where you're from, but let me tell you something. Here in the Commonwealth, it takes a hell of a lot more to earn a man's trust than just your say-so. Thing is, I don't see how any of this is your goddamn business.
Bill Sutton's lost his mind, and now an innocent man might get hurt.
I know Bill Sutton a lot better than you, and I know he ain't crazy. We've both seen some things that don't make sense. We just want answers.
I don't want to see an innocent man come to harm over a false accusation.
And if it's not a false accusation? Thing is, I don't see how any of this is your goddamn business. Unless maybe Roger put you up to this. Tell you what, though. Maybe we can help each other out. If I've learned anything here, it's that information's got a price. Just like everything else. I got no particular loyalty to Bill Sutton or to Roger Warwick. So make me an offer, and let's see what happens.
You don't care about Roger's family? Not even his children?
You really aren't from around here, are you? The people who survive in this world are the ones who look out for themselves first. Now, are we gonna do business?
A man's life is at stake and you're fishing for a bribe? You're pathetic.
That's just how it is up here. You get used to it.
Then I guess this conversation's over.
Yeah.
You ready to be reasonable now?
You know the score, friend. If you've got the caps, we can talk.
If that's what it takes, fine.
We should kill him later and take back the caps. We might need them for more bribes.
Well, now. Looks like I can help you after all. Truth is, this whole trip was a damn fool idea if you ask me.
I know you're in a tough situation here, but lives are at stake. Please, help me.
Or perhaps we should use a more forceful method of persuasion.
Bill isn't the only one who's afraid. People all over the Commonwealth are talking about this institute. But maybe you're right. Maybe we are letting that fear get the best of us. Truth is, this whole trip was a damn fool idea if you ask me. Bill hands me a fistful of caps and says, go to good neighbor, They got all kinds of shady characters there. Find us a mercenary. So, I'm supposed to find some contract killer like I know how, and then hire him to take out Roger. First I agreed, but now I'm thinking to hell with Bill Sutton. I'll just stick around here for a while. Of course, he's probably figured out that I ain't coming back. Might just take matters into his own hands. As frightened as he is, the man's capable of just about anything.
You step through the gate. You got balls. One way or another, you're gonna admit what you really are. When you do, everyone will know the real Roger Warwick is dead and gone.
But he's right here, Bill.
Bill, you're insane. Please, I'm begging you. Let's just talk about this.
You! I know you're part of this. You probably killed the real Roger so this thing could take his place.
Is this really what you want, Bill? To kill an innocent man and destroy a family?
An innocent man's already been killed, and this thing pretending to be Roger ain't him.
Calm down, Bill. You're letting fear get the better of you.
I should be afraid. Everyone should. These synths are everywhere.
Put down that gun, Bill.
Not happening, stranger. Who the hell are you, anyway?
Hey. There's no need for violence here. Let's talk things over.
You're stalling. You're gonna try to talk me down. And then when I'm not expecting it, you'll get the drop on me. Who the hell are you, anyway? I'll tell you who you are. You're one of them! You show up out of nowhere, have your secret chat with Roger, and the next thing I see, you're off looking for Cedric! That's right, I figured it out. I know you're up to something, and I ain't gonna trust a word you say!
I'm ending this right now.
Don't think I... Here we go.
People are having to sleep in shifts. It's making everyone a bit cranky.
It's your decision. But I don't think you'll pull that trigger.
There's no turning back now. Not for me. So what do you plan to do, stranger?
Do you really want to leave these children without a father?
Their real father's long gone! And I'm guessing you people had a hand in that.
Whatever action you take here, you better be prepared for the consequences.
That goes for both of us. So what do you plan to do, stranger? Are you ready to take a bullet for a synth?
And you? Will you really risk your life to prove an insane theory?
Guess you're about to find out. Oh, no!
Whatever action you take here, you better be prepared for the consequences.
That goes for both of us. So what do you plan to do, stranger? Are you ready to take a bullet for a synth?
I guess we're not gonna settle this with words.
Now that we can agree on. Have it your...
You leave me no choice. If it means protecting innocent people from a madman, yes.
A madman? Is that what you think I am? I know what I've seen. At least, I think I do. What else could explain it? None of you believe me, do you? Am I really crazy? I don't know. I was so sure about Roger. Jesus, what if I'm wrong? What if I was about to... right in front of June and the kids? I have to leave. I'm sorry. I need to sort things out. I've lost sight of things.
We need more water. Even another water pump would help.
You saved us. I can't thank you enough.
You okay?
Yeah, mostly. I thought for sure I was a dead man.
What happened to set him off like that?
Bill was already on edge. But Cedric hadn't come back yet, and then you showed up. I guess he figured his time had run out, and he decided to take things into his own hands.
I'm just glad that you and your family are safe now.
Well, we're in your debt.
You're lucky I got here when I did.
Yeah, you're right.
You were careless. You let your guard down and it almost got you killed.
I know. I guess I was hoping we could convince Bill he was wrong. Guess I didn't realize how desperate he was. You can tell our mutual friends that I'll get those seeds in the ground and have a report ready soon. In the meantime, you'll be safe out there.
People are having to sleep in shifts. It's making everyone a bit cranky.
My brother's such a brat.
Dad's been really nice lately. He didn't used to.